Gratitude is such a powerful thing. On the 1st of November, I decided to make a list of intentions. I chose 5 things that I wanted to focus on during the month of November, and one of those things was to practice gratitude daily. I remembered that months ago, before I ever moved to Colorado, that I had purchased some notebooks for journaling, and one of the things that I had bought was a gratitude journal. It caught my eye, it was really pretty, so I picked it up with no real plans for it. And up until this past month, I had never used it before, so I decided that I would use this journal for my new gratitude practice. So the specific intention I set around gratitude was to consciously practice gratitude every day. So I developed a little nightly routine where just before bed, I would turn on some high vibrational music, listen to it through my headphones, open up my gratitude journal, and write down 3 things I was grateful for that day. And I made a commitment to do this every day for the entire month of November. And I wanted to do this not just for myself, but also to document the process and be able to share my insights and knowledge with all of you about how I felt doing this practice, because maybe it would inspire you to try something similar. So practicing gratitude is not something completely new to me. It's something that has been a part of my wellness and personal development practice for a long time, but specifically doing it every day is something that I had stopped and started doing again over and over many times. I would say that I maybe practice gratitude on a weekly basis, but I did not have a set routine or intention around doing it consistently, even though I always enjoyed the process and how I felt when I did it. At some point along the way, I forgot and made excuses. Part of human nature is to make excuses for not doing things that are good for us and to justify why we are not doing them. And I told myself all the typical things. I'm too busy, I don't have time for this, but spending the last month practicing gratitude every day has been a really enjoyable part of my daily routine. And I love that I chose to do it just before bed, because there's a lot of power in the thoughts that you think leading up to going to sleep every night. Essentially, when you go to sleep every night, you're pretty much leaving the day on the note of the last few things that you were thinking before you go to sleep. So for me, practicing gratitude at the end of the day felt like a really positive thing that positively impacted my day, because I could lie in my bed and go to sleep thinking about the things that made me happy. And there's so many things about gratitude that are so good for you and your well-being. And I feel that by practicing gratitude at night, that I was able to summarize my day focusing on the good and positive things that happened that day, and being able to go to sleep with those thoughts in my head. That felt like a really good and positive thing for me. It's felt really good to me, and I felt really good about choosing to practice gratitude every night just before bed. A major insight I had about practicing gratitude daily is that I realized that the more I practiced gratitude every day, the more things I was able to come up with that I was grateful for more easily. Because our minds are a very powerful tool, and they are always looking for patterns and things to make sense of and to make sense from. And the more you fuel your mind with positive things and the things that you want to happen in your life, and thinking about those things that you want to happen in your life, the more positive good things will start happening, because that's just how our brains are programmed to work. So when you do the simple act of practicing what you're thankful for every single day, you will start to see shifts in your life, and you will notice that you will find more things that you're actually grateful for by practicing gratitude. And sometimes it's the things that maybe you've always been grateful for that you've just never put onto paper or thought about too much, that you end up realizing through this practice that you are really truly grateful for. And it ends up making you feel really good thinking about those things. Gratitude allows you to realize the great things in your life that you may have not appreciated before or took for granted in the past. Other times when you practice gratitude, you will discover brand new things that you are grateful for, and maybe new things that have never happened to you in your life before that are in your life now that you are experiencing now, because you're putting out those good positive energies and thoughts by practicing gratitude and being grateful for the things you already have in your life. And when you do so, newer and more good things start coming into your life as a result of that practice. So that's one of the really amazing benefits about gratitude, is just realizing how many great things you have in your life that you start showing appreciation for. And I found that during the process of practicing gratitude daily, more good things actually started coming into my life. So one of the main things that has happened over the last 20 days or so is that I found myself being able to attract more free things like experiences and opportunities into my life. For example, just in this past month, I've been able to be part of 3 personal development courses that I manifested for myself for free within this past month, ever since I started practicing gratitude. Normally, these courses cost hundreds of dollars to take part in, but I had the people who created these courses reach out to me and say, I want you to be a part of this course, I want you to be in this program, and I want to gift it to you for free. So these courses have been allowing me to deepen my relationship with myself and further dive into personal development, which is obviously one of my hugest passions in life. And I've been enjoying so much being a part of these courses and programs. So manifesting these free courses and programs are just one of the many amazing things that have happened to me throughout this process of practicing gratitude for the last 20 or so days. The other main benefit I've seen is just an overall improvement in mood and mindset. Because like I said, the more you practice doing good things that make you feel good, the more you focus on good things in your life. It's not that you just attract more good things into your life, but you actually start feeling better every day. As humans, some of our basic programming is to always look at the lack of things. Always focus on what we don't have, the things we don't have that we desire to have. We look at things in a negative light when we don't yet have them. And we tell ourselves that we can't feel good until we have that thing, whether that be a physical thing or a state of being, something that we are telling ourselves is unattainable to us in that moment, and we allow the lack of having that thing to control how we feel. But when you start to shift your mindset and focus on the things that you do have in your life that you are thankful and grateful for, it really just makes a positive difference in your overall mood, because instead of focusing and spending all your time focusing on the lack, you're spending more of your time focusing on the good things in your life as opposed to the bad things. And on a side note, a big part of that, and this is a big thing in personal development in general, is that generally it does not feel good to focus too much on the things that are out of your control. So I know that the world isn't perfect and that life isn't perfect. And there's always things that are going to be happening that are out of your control. And only if you allow it to, it can affect the way that you feel and allow you to feel negatively. And when we focus too much on those big worldly issues that will always to a certain extent remain out of our control, it will make us feel badly. But when we can shift our focus and mindset to the things that we can control and creating positive changes in those areas of our lives, generally things that we can control are the things that we do and the things that we think and the things that we say and the habits that we have. Those are the things that you can focus on to gain more power back into your life and take back control of how you feel. And gratitude is a great outlet to practice harnessing your personal power and taking that control back over how you feel and how you want to feel. For example, starting a new practice like practicing gratitude daily, that is something that is totally in your control. So that is something to consider. Just the fact that you can do something every day that will start improving the way that you feel and therefore improving your overall mindset and well-being. So overall, my experience practicing gratitude on a daily basis has been very positive and has more deeply reaffirmed for me just how powerful our minds are and how much power we have to create positive change within ourselves. Gratitude is a practice that I will continue doing because it makes me feel good, and it has helped me to not only build up my resilience to negative things that may happen in my life, but it has also helped me appreciate the positive things so much more on a deeper level. Now I want to share some of my tips for those of you that may want to consider starting a daily gratitude practice for yourself. Like any new routine or any new habit, it may feel a little weird at first to start practicing gratitude. It may not feel that great at first to focus on things you're thankful for if your mind is already conditioned to focus on the lack and to focus on the things that you can't control and to focus on the things that are upsetting in your life. But that's not a reason to not try practicing gratitude, because the truth is there is always something you can be grateful for, no matter what your circumstance is and no matter what is going on in your life. And if it's easier for you, sometimes it's better just to start with the really simple basics. If you're maybe in a situation where you have a bad relationship or your financial situation is struggling and there's a lot of things that you think about every day that don't make you feel good, I encourage you to really consider practicing gratitude because it can be that much more beneficial and helpful for you. And starting with the basics is a really great way to get started. So don't focus on trying to practice gratitude for things that you're really not grateful for right now in your life. Don't try to give thanks for anything that feels like a struggle for you. What you really want to do is keep things simple and focus on the things that you can be grateful for very easily. Like the fact that you go to sleep every night and wake up alive, that you're breathing, maybe that you had a good night's sleep, or that you have a roof over your head. If it really helps you to start this practice by focusing on those really simple things, like I'm alive, I have food, I have a roof over my head, then that's the best way for you to get started. And what you will find is that as you continue practicing gratitude day after day and you keep this practice going, it becomes so much easier to think of 3 things in your day that you're grateful for without having to stretch for those simple things. And another thing I've said a lot throughout this video is that this is a gratitude practice. Practice meaning that it takes time to really get better at. So like I said, the more simple you can start with things, the easier it will be for you. So focus on 3 things that you're grateful for every single day. Keep it simple when you're starting. And I encourage you to at least try this for 21 days because it takes 21 days of consistent action to form a new habit. So don't give up for at least 21 days before you decide that it doesn't work. And I assure you, by the end of these 21 days, you will feel some sort of positive way about your life by doing this practice. I'm not saying that your entire life will positively change in 21 days from just practicing gratitude, but I am fairly confident that you will at least have one good thing that you can say happened during your time of practicing gratitude for 21 days straight. Even if it's just as simple as, you know what, I had a really good day today, and I'm so thankful that my day felt really good. Maybe physically in your body you felt really good. Maybe you just had a really fun day. Maybe you felt at ease. Maybe you felt less stressed. Maybe just that one day that you experience within those 21 days will be the difference maker that will help you see how amazing it can be to practice gratitude and how beneficial it can be for you. Maybe it will just be simply that you're taking action towards trying to do something positive in your life that ends up being that main breakthrough or positive thing that you can say about practicing gratitude for 21 days. I just encourage you to keep your mind open and to be open to the process and try not to judge. Keep things simple, keep things light. Trust that you are doing something good for yourself, and that will lead to positive outcomes. That's all I have to share for today's video. I hope that you will try incorporating a gratitude practice into your life and into your routine if you're feeling inspired to do so. Feel free to leave any comments with questions if you have them. And thank you so much for being here. I'll see you in the next video.